what was this entire scene about? What was the food blogging space looking like?
Those were the days. It was like a less than when it comes to the food blogging, other than the media. So all the 10 people or like less than 10 people, we had our own blogs. So we used to publish like 1 or 2 articles a week. And we used to get invites for the new menu and the launch of the pubs. So those were the days like I could see like once in a month or twice a launch of a new place. Not like now. So over a period of time, the website has become slowly moved towards Instagram, which everyone is aware right now. So came from that era.
Yeah. So from the restaurant perspective, how would restaurants reach out to people like you, or what would restaurants expect out of you those days before reels were existing?
So those days, I would say like restaurants used to, expect article. So that is on our through the blog post. And also along with the blog post, many of us were active on Facebook groups. Say Bangalore Foodies Club. That's one of the oldest group, and we used to post regularly over there. That was the medium with respect to the online.
In fact, I think even on Facebook, the group was very active with a lot of people writing about food, and people would actually go try out and put in their experiences as well in the comment section, if I'm not wrong, right? In fact, even I belong to one of that group where I think we all started meeting and going to places after that section, right? Great. I want to ask a question to Rahul now. Rahul, you have been supporting a lot of these restaurants that are coming up, new cafes that are coming up. From your perspective, what is it that the restaurants should do, or what do you usually guide them to do?
It's very specific based on what output the restaurant itself wants. Now, there are many restaurants that say, I want this particular product to go out a lot more. Or there are restaurants that say, I want this ambience to go out a lot more. So I will probably just help them and guide them as to what content creator they should reach out to, and how they should also talk to them and figure out what kind of content that comes out on Instagram so that it appeals to the generation and the crowd that it reaches out to.
Great. From a South Indian restaurant's perspective, what do you feel are the top things that these restaurants should look out for? From a South Indian restaurant's perspective, what are the top things that a restaurant should consider when they are trying to reach out to their audience?
Consistency is very important. Most of the times what will happen, the brand will go and promote really well. Nowadays promoting is easy. Now earlier, they used to go for like a newspaper ads, newspaper inserts and all that. Now it is very easy to invite some really good influencers to talk about it and then create a content and of course buzz. So once everything is set, and when you open a restaurant and you cannot handle the crowd, then it doesn't make sense. So this is a pain area. Most of the places really, struggling with this, especially with the staffing. And if we keep on talking about it, so it is a never-ending thing.
I know. In fact, just before the start of the session, we were discussing that the time probably will not be sufficient for us to keep talking about this space. Naveen and I, we share almost probably 6-7 years of friendship in this space. So from the good old food walks we would do to the current new age restaurants that are coming up, there are a lot of memories that we have together. So we'll keep discussing. Probably the MC will probably snatch our mics if we keep talking about this, I guess.
That's also where I met you.
Yeah. Rahul also was a part of all these things, most of these things, yes. Akanksha, I want to ask you a question now. On your Instagram feed in specific, because I was going through your Instagram feed, I see a lot of positive responses, a lot of views, a lot of likes on all the videos that you posted. From the likes and views to convert to an actual walking to a restaurant, what is it that you feel the restaurant should do?
So, I'm an engineer at heart. I have my notes, okay. So I'm going to just...
First things first, the creators do come, they're just not any other video, right? They're not just ads. For sure, there are views that are also borrowed trust for the restaurant. It's not just another ad. It's actually almost like a digital friend telling you where to go, right? So it's also serves as a social currency these days, right? As many tags as they come around. So for example, if someone has posted a reel and now you're going on Google and finding it out, you get social tags and then you go to the place, then you put a story and then there are, you come up higher on Google. So
Do people actually rely on Google reviews still now that there are so many reels, so much of content around other social media spaces?
yeah, of course. I mean, we cannot deny the fact that it's still there. Of course, the value of it might keep declining, but it is still necessarily there for sure. So the footfall, honestly, it's a longer run. It's not just another video posted and 45 seconds later people will convert. But yes, it is a borrowed trust from the creator to the restaurant, and we can get you the walk-ins, but repeated customers and how you convert them is honestly up to the restaurant.
Great. Rahul, what are your views on this? Do you take time to reply to all the DMs that you get, all the comments that you have on your page? Does it add value to all the posts that you have?
Yeah, so that actually does take a good amount of time sometimes, depending on how viral the videos are. But allows them to say, okay, this fellow has actually given us a genuine. We'll actually go here and then try the food. And yeah, replying to comments is, I think, one of the most important things, also very underrated, which a lot of people actually don't do these days. So, I mean, that also converts to a good ROI at one point, hopefully.
I'd like to add a couple of things. Like I was sitting here hearing a lot of panels before us, and a lot of the industry professionals were talking about AI in hospitality. This works the same way. Like you cannot, AI exists now, and there are like a lot of automation tools to reply to your comments and DMs. But the kind of personal relationship and that trust that you build by doing it yourself, adding that a little human touch, that will build a lot of credibility for you as a content creator.
Very rightly said, Sagar. In fact, my next question is to you. On paid collaborations, how is it that as content creators, we find that fine line of building trust while we are accepting how we are building trust with.
So this is a personal experience that I have done on my page. I mean, I get comments saying that, hey, this is a paid review. So I don't understand why this term called paid review is bad. Like, if you're good at something, why do it for free? I mean, that's what I believe. And this is what I do full time. Like, I'm a full-time content creator currently. For the love of food, and I go out, try new places, review it, give out my genuine reviews out there. So even if a review is paid, it shouldn't be inauthentic, like personally what I try to do is very subtly but very honestly integrate that, hey, you can skip these few items which I didn't like, but there are other items on the menu which are great, or like I have also seen, so me and Akansha, we collaborate a lot. There has been an instance where we have also come to a point where we decided to take a decision, say that will return your money because the experience was bad, and we cannot let our credibility, to put our credibility at risk just for some extra bucks,
That's I think most of us usually do that these days. But that's a responsibility that all of us carry.
Sorry, one more thing. So I also personally don't consume and promote alcohol, and there are a lot of alcohol companies that come and approach and they're like, why don't you participate in surrogate marketing? Like, you don't have to sell a liquor, but sell a water bottle for us. I don't do that for extra work because that is what has built my authenticity. That is why my audience follows me. Because they know that I'm true to what I follow, and what I show on my page is what I genuinely would love to try or would go to that place genuinely.
Surrogate marketing, that's a beautiful point actually. A lot of brands especially reach out to a lot of us asking if we could market their brands in a very different way or do a different product altogether. Most of us usually deny it, if I'm not wrong, at least in this forum. That's another point of discussion. Naveen, I want to ask you one thing about when a reel goes viral or when a reel has reached out to a lot of people, there is your credibility as well that is at stake and the restaurant credibility as well. How do you maintain that balance? What factors do you want to post and what do you refrain from posting?
See, when the video goes viral, first thing I recently started putting disclaimer saying, see, majority of the reels which go viral will be like apparently new places. So if it is a older place, then yes, the restaurant will be prepared. And they're not even like bothered about whether the video go live, viral or not like going viral. So I tell the people, see, it's a new place. It might get some time for the team to get adjusted. So I started putting the disclaimer. You should allow some time. So if you go this happens during the weekends. So they'll just like randomly go and visit the place. And as I answered earlier, so the kitchen may not be prepared.
There is a capacity that every restaurant has. Probably we should sync with the restaurant saying this reel might reach to a wider audience.
I also tell that the restaurant saying like, see, this is going viral. The number of shares and number of sales are a little higher than what I usually get. So be prepared.
That's probably one more responsibility that we as content creators have to carry, I guess. Correct? Akanksha and Zafir, now I just want to talk on a few points regarding regional content creators. What responsibilities do regional content creators carry? Especially when they're trying to promote all these hidden gems or small places which are very humble in nature, which cannot cater to probably a large audience like Naveen was saying. Is there anything that we can do as content creators so that there is a very fine balance that we establish?
So it is honestly when regional content creators contribute to these places, they're not discovering it, they're documenting it, right? A person from say Bombay or Delhi can come down and make it look exotic, but a regional content creator would go and tell stories about that place. A person from outside might call it spicy. A regional content creator will tell us why is it spicy, what spices have been used, what's the story behind it, and all of that, right? So it isn't about, a responsibility from our side is obviously telling the viewers that, don't expect it to serve you in Zepto amount of time, or, don't expect a lot of, sanitizers kept on all tables. If that's the experience that you're looking for, this might not be the best place for you. So that people don't go there with a certain expectation and then end up, not liking the cuisine itself. Because of these small hidden places, as we call them, the cuisines are traveling, the stories are traveling, and we can now see it in MasterChef Australia. So for sure.
Zafir, your views on this?
So again, I'd like to give a little personal anecdote to it. I shifted from Bombay. So in Bombay, we didn't have as much access to South Indian cuisine in general. So my first shocker, or rather an eye-opener when I shifted to Bangalore, was that hey, South Indian food has non-vegetarian items. That was my first shocker, in Bombay we only get our basic idli, dosas and stuff, and that is also like a certain category, which I didn't know until I shifted here and I started exploring on my own, and then started following people like Naveen, Rahul, and then we started going out together. So, we have our own Karnataka style dosas that we eat on a daily basis, but the whole benne dosa trend has started in Mumbai right now. So, I have been born and brought up there and never had that until I shifted to Bangalore. But the whole benne dosa thing.
So, you like the Mumbai one or the Bangalore one now?
Obviously, the Bangalore one, yeah. So, truly a Bangalorean now. It's been a decade
That's
I'm
nice.
here since, yeah. So I was coming to the point where, you know, the whole penne dosa trend that's going on in Bombay, I am 100% sure, and this is a fact, most of my friends also don't know what a penne is or what a thatte is. They're just saying it because it's trending. Thatte idli, penne dosa. In Mumbai, we don't have that knowledge or that access or somebody to tell us. So when we see creators like Naveen and Rahul, and there are more regional creators that, and the responsibility that is there on such people is with a very open mind to educate the new people that's coming into the city or who wants to get introduced to the South Indian cuisine, and they genuinely don't know, because even though I was a food enthusiast, I would like to call myself that, but I didn't know about it. Because we didn't have that access in Mumbai. Like, we do have a lot of cuisines, a mixture of cuisines, but then it's very small and very segmented. So I didn't know until I shifted to Bangalore. So that's the main responsibility I feel that is there on the regional content creators, and I've really learned a lot from both of them.
That's great.
I
Very
can
similar
vouch
experience.
for him.
Yeah.
I can vouch for him. He's actually a true Bangalorean. You should have seen his face when he ate keema dosa for the first time.
So keema dosa is not a thing in
And
Mumbai.
I can speak Kannada like
That's great. That's nice. That's
at
great.
least I can save myself in the cops. So
That's great. So the same thing applies when we travel to Mumbai. We want to travel to a lot of places. In fact, I have a look at your videos and I go to Mumbai. I refer to a lot of videos from your feed.
it's nice. Thank you so much.
Great. Now I want to talk to Rahul and Naveen. This is on transitioning from being just a content creator to different avenues in this space. Rahul, I personally know him very well. Rahul is very good at having small meetups where he invites a lot of people like-minded food enthusiasts. He takes them to a lot of his favorite places where he helps them try out food. He takes their experiences, gives that feedback to restaurants and all that. I think Rahul wants to do more of that, if I'm not wrong. Similarly, Naveen has his own marketing agency in the food space. Naveen has Monk Studios for this. So I want to ask you guys on how this journey has been, or what made you take this decision.
So when we were writing about the food, we found that there is a potential with respect to the social media, and with respect to that is where, when we started Monk Studios, that is where slowly this influencer concept coming up, much before the reels, what I'm talking about. So that's how we started. So we started with like a one client, and we were like closely working on, and more than creating the content, we were working on strategies, what works better for the brand. Slowly, over a period of time, again, we're just coming back to the influencer marketing. So this is where it has landed right now. So no matter what strategy it is, so now the tried and tested model is influencer marketing. So we should know like whom to reach, who has got a potential.
I have a specific question on that. I think you should hold on that question. I'll ask you next. Rahul, please, let's finish this and then we'll go to him.
So for me, it was a very big learning curve because obviously he's been doing this for a very long time, and when I started doing meetups and talking to owners of restaurants and understanding how their business actually functions, for me it was a very the grass is not greener on the other side experience, because it's not greener for them, but we think it is. It's not greener for us, but they think it is. So that's a gap I want to bridge. It's a gap I want to fill. And my current focus is to push out some of my favorites, like I'm doing a French toast series, for example. Now I've picked up certain places that have some of the best French toasts, and I'm doing a series. But I'm not speaking in the video. I'm speaking only for maybe 5 to 8 seconds. The rest is just the food. Because at the end of the day, the food has to speak for itself.
Yeah.
I think that's the tagline of your series.
That's my
Yeah,
series.
correct, like that. So Rahul is currently running a series on his Instagram channel where he's on a spree for the best French toast around, right? If I'm not wrong. Great, you can check out his feed. Some interesting places are out there.
a lot more coming soon. There's a lot more.
Yeah, probably a host of even more places to discover for us. Naveen, I want to come back to you for another question. From the restaurant's perspective, when you as a marketing agency are talking, I'm sure there are a lot of metrics that are going to be discussed. Beyond the likes, views, shares of all the reels on Instagram, what are the other things a restaurant should see before they onboard an influencer or an agency?
Most important, I'm sure like the restaurant will be completely depending on the agency.
One is money for sure.
That one is money for sure. And again, like the brands which that agency handle, that matters a lot. But when it comes to the agency and choosing an influencer is the most important thing. When you do a launch and where you call like some 40-50 people, that's where that's one important thing. So basically the brand will get like the number of stories, the buzz creates, and with respect to the niche, for example, if a South Indian restaurant where we wanted to invite an influencer, somebody who is like a really consistent with respect to creating a content with respect to the social media, I mean South Indian part. And if somebody is like doing a mix, that still works. And if you go somebody who is promoting like a big time alcohol or like a pubs and coming and talking about the South Indian, doesn't give any sort of value. Although you might see the number of shares and like a sales, but with respect to the turnaround or conversion rate, it is going to be very minimal.
I think this means content creators with time would have developed a very particular category of followers, for example.
Correct.
Probably that should be a very strong factor whenever onboarding of influencers.
Community building
Yeah.
everywhere you.
Correct, absolutely right. Community, that's the right word.
Also, to give an example, you and me go and like a promote aesthetic cafe, it doesn't work out for us.
Yeah, it doesn't connect to us, absolutely. So that's why Rahul is the savior for me whenever it's an aesthetic cafe, because he knows more about non-South Indian food probably. Our forte is South Indian food or Indian food. So anything more than South Indian food, we usually reach out to him. Yeah, correct. No, me personally, I reach out to Rahul. Probably, yeah, you're right. Great. Akanksha and Zafir, I want to ask you, when a reel is posted and a reel goes viral or when it reaches a certain number of people, what exactly happens around it? Like, you have posted a reel, from there to a customer walking in. What exactly, what is the series of events? What are the series of events that go through?
So what I have noticed is, like, say if a reel goes viral, there is a lot of chatter about the place or the dish that we are covering or the menu that we are covering. The first thing that happens is people see that and they instantly share it. The more the shareability of a content is, the more chances of that reel going viral. So as a content creator, what we have to keep in mind is, like, we have to create something that is very shareable, like something that you see right now and send it to your group of friends saying that, bro, let's go there this weekend. So that's the first step. That is like, the intent is made, okay, let's go there. Then you actually go there, like you actually travel that distance just because you've seen a reel on my page, and I'm assuming you trust me for my food reviews, so you will take that step, travel that extra mile to go there, try it. And there are two possibilities. You either like it or you hate it. If you like it, you will come back, you will drop a comment or a DM to me saying that, hey, I loved it, thank you for the recommendation and everything, and you become like, a more loyal follower. Or you hate it, then I lose you as a follower. So that's what happens usually.
I think the followers are also very quick in judging us these days, right? One
Absolutely.
wrong review or one not so good review, and then you're out of their consideration section.
Circling back to my first question about the trust and the paid reviews.
Absolutely. Your view?
So technically what happens would be from a marketing POV, we post which is now that Instagram has stopped pushing it as much as it used to. now your explore page view don't count. That's why views are dropping. I'm thinking for it. Yeah, okay. So now there is a view, then there is shareability, savability and all of that. You probably take, so it depends on how the creator is also projecting a place. Say if they're projecting as a work cafe, a date place, a group place. So that's the second thing that happens, that you make a plan. Third, there comes the Google tag, that you search for the place, that you look at the reviews and all of that. Then comes the Zomato Plus, where you book a table and all of that. So whenever people think of it from an influencer reel to a walk-in, there are actually multiple levels of trusts and social stacking that we are actually doing. We're not just increasing your points on Instagram, we are increasing it on Google and Maps and Zomato.
Mainly the mind share of the content consumer. Right?
Correct, 100%. And even Google starts pushing it, right? Why would it want to not promote the next happening cafe in Bangalore? So, yeah, that's
At
the
the regional
technical
level, probably
side.
hyper-local level as well.
For sure, yes.
So
And then what I have also noticed is, like when Akansha spoke about the whole Google review and the Zomato system, I'll speak about me and you. So you may also have a place in your mind which you may have seen somewhere and would have bookmarked. But then you see a reel of mine and that becomes the decision making point that okay, you will try. So because I have actually received a lot of messages from my followers saying that hey bro, I was waiting for you to cover this place. And now since you've spoken about it and I know what exactly to order here and what my experience is going to be, they visit the place, even though they were wanting to,
yeah. So like I said, he's already running short of time.
He's ready to snatch our mics.
I have just one more question.
We'll
So
let you beatbox more.
Yeah. I have one experience that I wanted to share in this. So recently my wife and I, we were traveling to Srirangam temple. We wanted to have dosa here in Bangalore, but we were short of time, so we went there. Long time ago, I had saved a video from a place called Benne Bhavan, which makes Bangalore style dosa there. So as a content consumer, when you are traveling, when you have made a decision sometime earlier, and when you are in that particular place, that suddenly pops up, right? So that is one more thing that happens from the content consumer's perspective. So we are already short of time. So I just want to end up. Is there any viral reel that is coming to your mind? Related viral reel?
There are many,
Yeah.
not like a one or two.
Okay.
So first thing, when the video goes viral, in my case, like a negative comments.
I think
So-
viral means getting more negative comments in one
Yeah,
shot,
yeah.
right? That's
We get to see
Rage
fancy
baiting is
comments.
the key.
great, great. Anyways, I think we're short of time. To wrap up things, all the 4 people who are sitting here, they are amazing marketeers in the food space. As restaurateurs, as restaurant owners or food enthusiasts, if you want to connect with them for marketing related stuff for your restaurants or brands, please reach out to them on their handles. I am sure each one of them have very good experience in this. You can just go to their page and check out. Their content is amazing and the work they have done for their clients also speak leaps and bounds of what experience they have.
I'll also say the same thing about you, because you also have a brilliant page. And
Yeah.
you also have a brilliant story building that you're doing on your page. So
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Same
Follow
about you.
all of us.
Yeah. And
for-
since we are short on time, follow all of us for the next episode.
Yes, great. Looking forward for a collab.